Welcome back, everybody. We're going to talk about precision and accuracy today. Before we get there, I want to remind you that in math class, we involve ourselves in the job of counting things. And when we count things, we can know those things exactly. If I want to count sheep, the sheep in the window right here, I can at least see 1, 2, 3. And there's a fourth right there and a fifth one right there. There are 5 sheep present, and I know that exactly. I didn't make a mistake. There's no error in counting. But when we measure something, inherently, there is always going to be a bit of uncertainty. Uncertainty because of the tools that we use to measure are only so good, and any measurement that you make is going to have some bit of error associated with it. So we use terms like accuracy and precision when we're talking about the quality of our measurements. Oftentimes people confuse these two terms or think of them as being exactly the same thing, and they're not. When we talk about accuracy, what we're really talking about is how close a measurement is to a true or accepted value. Let's say I have a piece of gold that's known to weigh 1 ounce, and I make a measurement of the mass of that piece of gold, or I measure how many ounces are present. And let's say I come up to with 0.95 ounces. I'm pretty close to 1 ounce. Again, accuracy is when the measurement is close to the true value or the accepted value or the accepted measurement. Usually, precision has to do with groups of measurements and have really little or nothing to do with how close those groups of measurements are to the true value. Instead, when we talk about precision of measurement, we're talking about repeatability, or really how close are those groups of measurements, or I should say, how close are those measurements to each other? If you have a group of measurements that are close to each other, they're precise, even if they're not necessarily accurate or close to the true value. I love diagrams like this one because I think it takes those definitions and helps you to make sense of them. If I look at the bullseye on the top right corner of this page, I see marks that are both precise and accurate. We think of the center of the bullseye as being an accurate or the true value. That's where you want to hit the bullseye, right in the middle. If I have a group of measurements that are very, very close together and also close to the true or accepted value, the middle of the target, then they're both precise and they're both accurate. In this bottom left-hand corner down here, I see measurements that are, or marks that are not accurate because they don't come close to the center of the target. And they're also not grouped closely to one another. And so this is neither accurate nor precise. On the bottom right, I see a group of measurements that are not close to the center of the target, so they're not accurate. But because they're grouped together, they're precise. And finally, I have a target in the upper left where my marks are close to the center of the target, not exactly on it, but close enough that you might say that overall we have accurate shots or accurate darts if you're throwing darts or something like that. But they're not precise because they're not grouped closely together. Hope that illuminates the idea of accuracy and precision for you. We're going to see you next time.